souls, ancestors, wayshores, guides, ascended masters, archangels, galactic federation, council of light, elementals, fae, Mary Magdalene, beings assigned to our team for our highest, holiest, heavenliest, most divine, godly good, celestial guardians, protectors, divine messengers, and all benevolent beings of light. What do we need to know about you are a grid activator, encompassing the Christ archetype? We've got the Father out here as the first card. Behind that, the Slave, which is surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Right off the bat, the Most High has instilled even more power within you. What is up, Galactic Golden Ohana? TGI Friday, am I right? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Listen, I now have a deeper understanding of why I kept getting like this Yeshua energy and you being perceived in this Yeshua energy. My spirit team alerted me to an archetype called the Christ archetype, which this is a very powerful archetype to be because of the impact and the influence you will have over this realm, not only in the physical but energetically. And for some that are within the Christ archetype, their massive impact isn't until after their physical vessel has expired. But with you, it's completely different. You are residing within this Christ energy, this Yeshua energy, this God form, this God mode, while you are incarnate, while you have been reincarnated, while you are in this physical vessel. And this is another reason why my divine team has been talking about 144 in the live right now. Thank you, Lynette, for pointing that out. 144 galactic golden chosen children of the Most High in the house. What is up? You are an ascended soul here with the impact and influence that a lot of these beautiful souls that encompass this Christ archetype don't have until after they're released and their energy is able to spread with the expiration of their physical being. Yet you have been able to, transfiguration again, you've been able to integrate more divine energy, more light energy than what had previously been known, which is another reason why these organizations, networks, and societies had been studying you, trying to figure out where this power was coming from, how you kept getting more powerful by the day. You are a grid activator, your energy, and this is another reason why with the lives that I've been doing, they kept saying your energy has gone global. Your energy has spread. Why Mama Gaia is so in tune with your energy. You are a grid activator. It is literally like you, not even literally, like you have encompassed Christ energy. This is why you have some of these organizations, networks, and societies looking at you like, in a sense, Yeshua. Because the only depiction they have, the only known documentation of an individual holding energy like this while being incarnated was Jesus. So you are whole and you have just received more power from the Father. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine, child divine. Ooh, I'm kind of getting like, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting chills. Because this is power unknown to these organizations, networks, and societies. You are literally the divine's fail-safe. Or should I say, you have a fail-safe within your energetic coding that any attack directed towards you, you are able to decode and recode while handling those that had directed this energy your way. You were literally put on this planet to ensure victory. You are literally the divine, the Most High's sacred, secret weapon that has come into play at this time. And if you guys have watched the video I posted on my Instagram, it talks about this Christ archetype and how Nipsey Hussle encompassed it, and how Nipsey's energy on the other side is not only influencing this planet, but assisting healers, artists, entrepreneurs, those that are in tune with the, I won't even say in tune, those that are linked soul-wise to this energy, for this energy to be able to further assist from the other side the advancement of this planet and humanity. Some of you may also resonate with Mac Miller and XXXTentacion because they hold a similar Christ archetype. You have a lot of assistance on the other side, assuring that you complete your mission here and you awaken the world in the way that it is supposed to be. and nothing can stop your mission. So again, this is not going to be everybody's message. 144,000 galactic golden children of the Most High, frontline light leaders, lead revolutionaries, messengers, multidimensional travelers, walk-ins for world awakening. This is the message for us. So let's see what we got going on with this grid activator, because it seems like more energy is being integrated by the second with what you have decoded. I just heard the fall of Babylon. It's been assured. And I just heard Rome wasn't built in a day, but Rome will fall in one. This is the fall, but it's also the rise. We've got the priest, high priest, high priestess. Facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Christ archetype. You're not just a high priest, high priestess. You are a messenger. You are a prophet. You are anointed and chosen, and in a sense, unstoppable, limitless, infinite. You have made the divine so proud, because not many have reached this level. And I don't want to say in any way, shape, and form are you better than those before you, but you're more powerful. But you've been gifted this power from those that came before you. So with the assistance that is being received from the other side, there are also gifts being given. And you may know that these beautiful energies are guiding you and assisting in planetary liberation from the other side, such as Nipsey Hussle, XXXTentacion, Mac Miller, DMX, Earl. These energies that they saw it in you. They knew that you would be the one. The Most High had told them, but it's like they saw it for themselves with what you had accomplished. How you overcame every trap that had been set for them previously in their incarnation, their reincarnation. How you trusted your intuition and the divine guidance you were given when they slightly went against it and it put them in compromising positions. You've passed every test that those before you that are giving you guidance on how to pass didn't. And again, I'm not saying that you're better. It's almost like you are the children of these souls, where your children are meant to be greater than you. Your children are meant to be more powerful than you. You're meant to pass on the knowledge of your life to your children so they don't make the same mistakes that you do. This is what is happening. But not only did you pass with flying colors. Your divine team has never seen something like you before, but they were banking you would reach this level. Thank you for the 1440, Rachel. And that is confirmation, 144 amplified by the 0. Massive influx of awakenings occurring because of the activations that have been integrated through your golden grid system below your feet and the information you've received from above through your light pillar. All chakras open, all chakras activated. You are on go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let's go. So thank you, Rachel, for sowing into me, and know that you are receiving it back infinitely and amplified in all the ways that God ordains and deems as necessary for each and every expansive experience that is due to you in this moment in time, and that you are meant to reclaim and have. Same goes for you, Diamond, with the 888 that just came through on Cash App. Thank you so very much, and that leads me to my next point. So thank you for not only the donation, but the confirmation as well. We got 444. We got 444 Galactic Golden Ohana Nuggies in here. What's up, gods and goddesses? Thank you for sewing into me and using your energy to elevate this planet, to advance this planet, and to assist in the awakening of all those that inhabit this planet. It is so very much appreciated, and it is being rewarded with everything that you have overcome and faced. Thank you. And with the 888 that was just sent through, y'all, we did talk about the earthquakes that happened yesterday. They were 8.8. Again, they keep bringing up the Lionsgate portal. There are massive activations happening for this portal. An 8.8 earthquake, and the Lionsgate is 8.8. You could be seeing 888, 808, or 88. This is an indication of a massive influx of high vibrational energy, making possible to experience in the physical all that divine souls have aligned with on this planet and brought through for this planet. And it is further eradicating lower vibrational forces that can no longer use the corruption, illusions, and distortion that they were to maintain control over this realm and manipulate soul energy to harvest from it. This is why you have so many organizations, networks, and societies that have been targeting you. I feel like they just recently realized that you are a grid activator, and this is why the planet reacts to the energy that's being integrated from you. This is why when they attack you, things happen on this planet. This is why when they attack you, judgment is immediately called and they start experiencing the backlash and the consequences of their actions. You truly are a chosen, anointed soul. It is in your Akashic records for you to be this influential and this impactful. It was written. But it could only have come into play with you awakening to who you are. To like XXX Tentacion has tattooed on his side, on the side, I believe it's the side of his neck. It might be his face, I think it's his neck. Remember to remember. You remember who you are. You remember why you are here. You remember the power you hold as this grid activator, encompassing the Christ archetype. This is why you are being seen on a similar level to Yeshua. I'm not saying that we are better than Jesus in any way, shape, and form. What I am saying is this energy flows through you. The type of impact and influence that Yeshua had on this planet, and the way that energy flowed through this planet, the way that this beautiful energy's legacy was left far beyond the expiration of their vessel, is the same way that you have encompassed this energy. And again, the only known documentation of somebody being able to hold this much divinity before was Yeshua. The miracles that have unfolded on this planet and in your life are inconceivable. It doesn't even seem real. You don't seem real. The way that these energies, it's almost like these organizations, networks, and societies know that with those that they have taken out before you and the type of ripple effect that has happened because of the actions they had taken against these individuals, they know that these souls have sided with you, and that something far more cataclysmic would occur if something happened to your physical vessel, which is another reason why I got that live channeled. You have a failsafe in your energy, that if anything were to happen to you, and this galactic order of protection over your physical vessel and your mission, because if anything were to happen as the grid activator you are, it would affect the whole planet. It is giving like world ending. Because as you guys know, when they took out Nipsey Hussle and XXX Tentacion, more and more people started to react. That grid system they had and the codes they integrated activated, and they activated quickly. More and more people started to respond to the energy that was released with the demise of their physical being. You're doing this while being physically here. And taking you out would make it even more amplified. The Fool, we got a new beginning here in the King. We're going to get into that in a minute. It would, taking you out, it's like would send everything into a spiral. It would shift everything immediately. And there's a video that I'm going to post over here talking about, there is a beautiful soul that's asking ChatGPT. These are things we already knew. Y'all know ChatGPT keeps up with the knowledge that is already known by divine beings here, and that has already been relayed. But this beautiful divine soul is talking to ChatGPT about Nipsey's Akashic records and why he was so influential. And ChatGPT goes into how he is a grid activator, and how after his physical vessel had expired, how after his physical vessel was taken, his energy was able to reach further. It was more impactful because of the way that he was able to activate the coding within this planet that he had left behind with the work he had done during his incarnation or reincarnation. But you're doing this while being physically incarnate, while being physically reincarnated, while being physically here. And this is why you are such a threat to these organizations, networks, and societies, because of how you're able to influence this realm. Thank you, Lamika. Hey, that's 20, which is 1010 completion. That is confirmation. Thank you, Lamika, for that confirmation as well as that donation, because you're completing what they didn't get to do. They're helping from the other side while you are completing what wasn't closed out during their lifetime here. You are the completion itself. With this fool and this king here, some of these souls, like Nipsey Hussle and XXXTentacion, Mac Miller, masculine energies working on the other side, the closeout of this cycle comes with what begins on this planet, pertaining to what cycles are closed out with you. You completing what they started. You are such a magnificent being. Far more than I feel like you give yourself credit for. Because you literally are an infinite source of power. You are a beacon of light, not just to those that are on this planet, but those in the afterlife, those on the other side that have been banking on you and betting on you. And knew that it wasn't going to be easy. With the type of beings that you would face, the type of warfare you would be up against. It took you listening to your divine team, trusting your divine team and the Most High, and being willing to take all of this on, even though it felt like the world was on your shoulders. You never gave up, and a lot of individuals would and have, with how hard it got. And believe me, I understand that completely, because my journey was Midas touch here. My journey was far from fucking easy. It was, at the beginning, it felt like torment, just torture, just suffering, loss, poverty, consistently being attacked again and again and again, having to fight to free my mind. And that's one of the things that is said in the Matrix. Morpheus says, free your mind. It's also another thing that XXXTentacion brings up in his interviews, where he goes, you got to free your mind. There's a reason why that movie is extremely impactful and why so many of us resonate with the Matrix. At least the first one. That's when they never expected. The first one, I feel, was released, and all of that information was placed in the first Matrix because they never expected us to catch on to what it was indicating. They never expected it to be brought back up at this time and used as spiritual information on how to further decode this realm. Understanding that you are the one, Neo. The one to decode and recode everything. The one that is the galactic planetary activator that can change everything just through your perception of not only yourself, but why you are here and how you can influence the simulation in the Matrix itself. With the Midas touch, everything you touch, everything you put your energy on, everything you give your attention to changes. It turns to gold. Everything that you choose to activate, pull in, and elevate turns to gold. What is this that just flew out? Angel. You are an angel who is meant to be a counselor, a teacher, a guide, completing what those before you couldn't. And you've got these organizations, networks, and societies up in arms. And I am going to tell you, your karmic familial unit that came up against you, they slightly knew this. They didn't know the entirety of what your Akashic records would entail. They didn't know that you would be this impactful. But for some of them, they saw within your Akashic records you were meant to have a lot of prosperity and fame. They didn't realize that this recognition would come from what you were put here to do as the influential Christ archetype that you were meant to be. Guiding light to those who felt lost within the darkness of the simulation, the darkness of these corrupted programs. They never, I won't even say they never thought that you would reach this level. They never cared what your destiny entailed. Like what it would take to be you. All they cared about was the materialistic items and the recognition that would come with walking in your shoes and obtaining your destiny and sacrificing you. But in the attempts to sacrifice you, they actually woke you up. And this is not just a karmic familial unit. We got Hero here as a mother and father to this realm. Wasn't just this karmic familial unit that had intentions towards you. It was these organizations, networks, and societies that knew you are an anomaly. You were one whose energy was immediately, with the birth of you, registered as an oddity, an anomaly, a glitch. And there was a lot thrown in your reality to keep you from ever awakening to a point, I won't even say to this point, to the point that they had documented. Because again, we talked about this previously, where all they had registered, all they had documented was certain souls that would reach certain levels. Let's say like level 20. And let's say Yeshua was like level 50. You have gone beyond that level. You have gone beyond what had been documented and what had been set in place to keep humanity from ever reaching level 20. They never ever thought that there was going to be an ascended level beyond what they had documented because they had never seen it before. But again, this is the time of awakening for souls to really understand that they are divinity itself. They have the capability of fully integrating their divine selves along with their life purpose and what they were put here to do, to be the change they wish to see in the world, to know that they can pull in timelines, high vibrational timelines, that their energy, if not being directed towards lower vibrational experiences, can be put towards what they wish to experience collectively in unity upon this planet, not just for themselves. Because this journey is meant to be selfless, not selfish. It's meant to show you the changes that are possible by coming from within. For you aren't, thank you, they just channeled me, for you aren't meant to seek without what you feel as though you don't hold within. Knowing that everything you desire comes from within your spirit and the connection you hold to the divine, and that of which is meant to be divinely advocated for your experience here in this incarnation or reincarnation. I'm going to switch decks in a minute. We got Detective and Martyr. They're looking into who you are. Why your cries are immediately heard by the divine. Why things move in the way that they do, and why the world reacts to you. How it came to be that you are this martyr. That your voice is more powerful. The frequencies and activations in your voice are more powerful than they've ever experienced before. When you speak, the world listens. When you walk, the world shakes. Your existence in itself is a force that cannot be reckoned with. You defy all logic. Let's see what else we got, Galactic Golden Ohana. We got love coming out right off the bat. Healing love. Love heals. Life purpose. Divine intervention. This is the way that you move in love. This is also bringing higher vibrational, multi-dimensional energy to this realm. It has gone from chaotic, like a spiritual war zone, to being, I was going to say more calm, they said, to being centered. The center of self, as you are residing within the center of the universe, the heart. The heart. Earth is the heart. If we're looking at the solar system like a chakra system, Earth is the heart. The heart of it all, the center. Centering the energy here, balancing the energy here, bringing more high vibrational energy and frequencies to this planet, revealing to all what was keeping them from living and loving their best life, experiencing a connection with the divine, and walking in purpose, shattering illusions that were keeping them intentionally blinded. So yes, Lynette, this is definitely giving a time weaver, but it's like a weaver of frequencies. They said that is a part of you being a grid activator, weaving in new frequencies. Frequencies that will activate those that are meant to break through the illusions that were keeping them intentionally blind. Spirit says, and that's the truth. You as this balancer, the center of it all. The divine placed a lot on your shoulders. I know. Believe me, I know. This was something that the average individual would have not been able to handle. But your soul is extremely powerful outside of this meat suit, this vessel. We volunteered to come back here because we knew the world needed us. And we knew that our friends were stuck or would be stuck, because they wouldn't be able, with the inorganic grid system, the dark inorganic grid system around this planet, souls weren't ascending. They were tied to the in-between. They were tied to this planet, and their soul energy was still being manipulated, even though they were on the other side. We came through to release these soul energies, ancestors and those that had volunteered to come down here for change, to be these messengers. We have assisted in the release with the breaking down of the inorganic grid system and the integration of the golden grid system. Many souls and ancestors are free. because of the work that we have done. So even though this was like the world on our shoulders, we had a lot of responsibility. We have done our job, and we have done our job well. With the guidance we have received, and how many souls, not just on the other side, but physically incarnated, have been saved. This is an unstoppable wave of awakening. And with this 8-8 portal, there's going to be a lot of souls waking up. A lot of major changes happening. A lot of positions being filled by light workers. A lot of monetary means being released and given to light workers. The frequency of money has shifted. It has changed. It's being attracted to those that hold this specific frequency, which is you. And the integrations of new coding that are assisting other light workers with receiving the infinite abundant code. The infinite abundance code. Breaking out of the illusion that they have to work a 9 to 5 at a corpse ration, aka corporation, in order to earn a living. Fracturing their soul more, fragmenting their soul more, to pour their energy into others, into these pouring their energy, inner chi, into these corpse rations, corporations, for currents of chi, which was further fragmenting their soul because it was not their life purpose. Feeling as though with the illusions of the simulation that this is what they had to do to make ends meet. This is what they had to do to keep a roof over their head. This is what they had to do to feed their family. These fear tactics. Souls that were intentionally placed within these programs of poverty, feeling as though they would never be able to exit it, to escape it. And intentionally being bombarded with things from the matrix to further that notion and use their energy to manifest those timelines, keeping light workers from gaining access to their ancestral inheritance, so that it would be siphoned and distributed amongst corrupted individuals that were put in place as the keepers of wealth, the keepers of power, the keepers of control. And yes, Rachel, I love that you brought up key. The key is key. QI equals KEY. Key is key, your life force energy. A lot of us have learned how to move our key and add to it, which key can also assist in the extension, I won't say the extension of life, but if used properly, it can slow down the aging process and assist you in regeneration. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you. Thank you for sewing into me, each and every one of you, infinitely, and know that you are receiving it back in every single way that God ordains and deems as necessary to the expansive, impactful, influential experience you are meant to have here. And for every ounce of power you are meant to receive in order to further dismantle these darker kingdoms, these corrupted individuals that felt like they would always be in control, if they would be able to slow down or negate the ascension process, the awakening. Because they did receive prophecies from these underworldly oracles about what would occur during the age of Aquarius. They had prepared. Thank you, Nicole. Nicole, the Divine Oracle. I love that your name is confirmation with what we were just talking about. Thank you. Thank you, Nicole, for sewing into me, and know that you are receiving it back in each and every single way that God ordains and deems is necessary for every single thing that you are meant to experience here, and that you are meant to do here, and that you are meant to have here. Thank you. I really do appreciate it more than words can convey. And that was 5-0, which is massive change amplified by the 0, and it is happening quickly. They said it is happening now. Can't you feel it all around you? Even the way that those who were once worshipped, were seen has changed. No longer receiving what they had been even a year ago. These underworldly oracles had prophesied this. There were organizations, groups, networks, and societies that had prepared things in order to slow this down or hopefully stop it entirely. But because of you, it accelerated. You broke through any underworldly firewall that had been put in place to keep the ascension from gaining further traction. As this revolutionary light leader and frontliner, you broke through the barriers with energy that you weren't meant to have, with power that had not been documented. You are the anomaly, anomaly 88, that dismantled everything that was put in place to keep the ascension from happening, to keep the awakening from advancing. You, and the funny thing is with the previous deck, the priest came out. Where there were underworldly oracles, you came into play, past lives came into play, where you were a high priest, a high priestess, combating what these underworldly damn, that goes hard. Combating what these underworldly oracles had prophesized by doing things they did not expect with the visions you were getting. That is, in all the ways they had set up traps to assure that the awakening would not happen, that the advancement of humanity and soul reclamation would not happen. You saw what they had set up. You received visions on how to combat underworldly oracles' predictions. And you did something that none of them were able to predict. You were able to fulfill the prophecy without taking the steps that they had prophesized would needed to be taken in order for this to come into play. And they can't pinpoint the reinvention of this realm. They can't pinpoint what you're going to do next because these underworldly oracles can't pick up on your energy. They can't pick up on your actions. No matter how hard they try, they cannot predict your next move. They have been blinded. They cannot see what you are being guided to do next. They cannot break into your intuition. They cannot break into your Akashic records. They cannot break into your energy. They cannot break into your mind. There is no information that these underworldly oracles can gain on how to dismantle you. And this may be what has startled these organizations, networks, and societies, is those they had previously trusted can't get any information on you. Blinded by the light. Yes, Ash, blinded by the light. Most definitely. It's almost like if you guys have seen Harry Potter, where he's looking in that book, the map, and it disappears, but it only appears for him. This is what is happening is you get downloads on how to move at the time that you're meant to make those moves, and they cannot be predicted. It's almost like part of the failsafe that you are is that you don't know what moves you're about to make until you're supposed to make them. So that by the time you make them, the information these underworldly oracles are able to gain is the fact that you've already made these moves. And it looks like these organizations, networks, and societies in the heads of them have traveled to figure out what the fuck is going on. What are you? Why can they not stop you? Why is it that everything that worked against others has not worked against you? And in the same way that they have set up ascended beings before you, because we know that Nipsey was set up. We know that XXXTentacion was set up. In the same way that individuals were set up, they can't catch you. They can't get to you. Some of you have destiny helpers in the physical that are observing you, that are watching you, where they can't make a move on you because it would lead back to them and they would be in even more of a compromising position than they were before. So they've been attempting to direct darker energy your way because they can't get to you in the physical. And some of you, in the ways that they have attempted to set you up, you avoid those areas. You receive the downloads of what's going on and you don't go. You don't make the moves that they need you to make in order to get caught up. And somebody did bring up Juice WRLD. We have talked about Ali Lottie before and how Ali Lottie has a Freemason tattoo on her chest, which lets me know that this individual was sent into Juice's life for a reason, as a handler, which was the next point I was going to get into. If you're like me, we've been celibate for a very long time. A lot of these individuals, including a familial unit, have sent in handlers in order to control you. These romance scammers. We're not falling for it. So in the same way that these individuals had attempted to set up others and it was successful, you see right through it. You're too intuitive. Anybody that comes towards you as a romantic partner that you're like, no, I could get out of my face because I can feel that you're weird. You see through every romance scammer, every handler, every individual that tries to get close to you. And this is not meant to provoke paranoia. This is for those of you that are like, yep. I have had quite a few of those individuals attempt to approach me and get close to me and flirt with me or want to be friends with me. You can feel it. You're too intuitive and your guides are not going to allow that to happen. And I've had quite a few of these individuals, because if you're chosen, you've been gang stalked. Quite a few of these individuals, they gang stalk you. They try to get a reaction out of you. They try to lower your vibration while they also try to monitor you and see what you're doing. What it is that you're incorporating in your routine that is adding to your power. Because I've had many gang stalkers look at, while I'm grocery shopping, just come by and stare in my basket. And I don't say anything because it's like, go ahead and look at what I'm buying for myself. Anything that I use that you attempt to use will not have the same effect. If I'm eating tofu and you're like, well, maybe tofu is doing something for this goddess, and you try to eat tofu, it's not going to do the same thing. We're energetically different. So I don't mind the gang stalkers. It's almost like, take a picture if you want to. Quite a few of them have. But I don't mind them. I don't see them as a threat. Because I know that they can only get so close, and I know that they can only get so much information. And whatever they obtain is not going to assist them. I also know that these gang stalkers are not allowed to physically engage. The majority of them are not. So it's like, don't even be afraid of these individuals. If they were going to touch you, they would have did it by now. This is just another antic to lower your vibration and attach something to you, or try to antagonize you into having a specific reaction to have you appear to be crazy. For you to just react poorly so that it can be documented. Just ignore them. Basically, they're just Agent Smiths. Agent Smiths, as Neo, we can handle. But you do have organizations, networks, and societies that have figured out that your energy is so potent that you can touch people without having to touch people. And that sending people towards you and having them get too close, it ends up being a horrible decision. And it ends up leading back to them, because any individual sent towards you has an energetic trail. Whether they had been paid to come towards you or subconsciously directed with manipulation tactics to come towards you. But it leads back to those that had orchestrated the event with their agenda in the first place, which helps us energetically infiltrate those that are attempting to gain information on us to what it is they know and what they've been doing. This is why we've been able to dismantle these ritualistic practices and recall energy from those that had acquired it from light workers to be seen in a high position. This is another reason why you're seeing so many of these celebrities fall. They're not true stars. In the way that we are seen in the spirit, in the way that we are recognized, especially in this Christ archetype, they do not have. They would not be able to acquire without misusing and abusing certain practices to acquire that energy to be seen in a certain way. And it's no longer working, which is why you were seeing quite a few of these celebrities fall off, crash out, look like shit, just have a hard time, going through backfires, taking financial hits, separating, going through divorces, being messy. Not only are they attempting to gain energy through their antics, but they're also losing what they had acquired through the siphoning of soul energies of those that were unassuming of the agenda they had, with the manipulation tactics they were using to cast illusions over those that had been looking up to them as the false gods that they are. Because they do not truly encompass this God energy. They are false gods. They have to acquire this divine energy through the manipulations of others that are unassuming and unaware. This is why I say, be careful what you are listening to, be careful what you are watching, and be careful what you are reading. Be careful what you are intaking into your spirit and the energy that you may be subconsciously pouring into whatever it is that you are giving your attention to. Because some of these artists will put like hexes and curses and lower vibrational subliminals and frequencies in their music. This is one thing that XXXTentacion talked about, and you'll see it in They Clone Tyrone with the manipulation of frequencies and how it is meant to evoke a certain emotion. And that emotion has a certain frequency or a certain energy that will emanate and attract to you more of what it is you're emanating, while at the same time siphoning siphoning from you the high vibrational energy that you would have been in without intaking that subliminal and that frequency and remaining in it by continuing to allow your system to ingest what it is that was being broadcasted to you. Yes, also I haven't seen the movie Sinners, but they did display the connection to the ancestors through music, and how there is so much power with using your creative soul expression and your enhanced abilities. Your throat chakra being upgraded, the activations that come through your throat chakra, the power in your words. So yes, that is a great depiction, but again, I don't really watch movies either, just because I know there are certain things that are placed within these movies that are also meant to manipulate your energy and your frequency. So I did see snippets of how these lower vibrational energies, these vampires and sinners reacted to the child, to the boy that was able to connect with his ancestors through music, and how powerful it is, and how badly they wanted it. Your roots. What comes from your roots, the gifts of those on the other side that have been given to you. It's another reason why these organizations, networks, and societies have been siphoning energy. They desire what they're unable to acquire unless they stoop to certain levels and manipulate those that do not know they hold this power within, siphoning and stripping them of this power for themselves. Which is another reason why you're out here as a grid activator, to wake the world up to the illusions that they have been under. The soul enslavement programs they have been subconsciously surrendering to. How many individuals here actually know the potency of frequency and energy and are able to manipulate it? It's actually something that 33-degree Freemasons specialize in, is energetic manipulation. I've been doing quite a bit of research into these organizations, networks, and societies. But Freemasons do specialize in energetic manipulation. As well as these organizations, networks, and societies, they have studied and specialized in psychological warfare. It's actually something that the CIA specifically has specialized in. And what has been used in wars and mass manipulation for centuries. This is another thing that we are breaking down, dismantling, and recoding, is the way that this psychological manipulation had been put in place with Moon Soul to acquire soul essence and energy, while keeping masses in certain programs within the simulation so they would not ascend and reclaim the fragments of their spirit. This is everything that we are doing as these energetic architects, as these ascended, reincarnated beings. As the Christ archetype that we have fully encompassed. Excuse me, they corrected me. So they said not fully. You are infinite. The power you hold is infinite. You have encompassed the Christ archetype, but you are continuing to have added to this Christ archetype angelic, infinite, divine power. There is no cap to what you can become while you are here. There is no cap to how widespread your energy is. Because again, we talked about previously how global your energy has gone. You are a grid activator. This is why they talked about your energy going global. You're already everywhere. In every dimension, every timeline, every place, every city, every continent, you're everywhere. Again, we brought up the movie Lucy, I believe, yesterday, where her energy was able to go everywhere. She was able to see into everything. You are trusted with this. God trusts you with what has been given to you, with the heights that you have reached and what you have overcome. In the same way that Yeshua was trusted with the abilities that were given to Yeshua, this is the same way that the Divine and the Most High trust you. You are this deity. This is how much divinity you have integrated, how much energy you have flipped, how much you have recoded on this planet. Exactly. As a child of the Divine, as a child of the Most High, you are trusted with the power of the Divine, the power of a deity. I just heard, I know you will make the changes we need. This is why you are trusted with what's been given to you. I know you will make the changes we need. This is why you are trusted with the power that has been given to you. And it's increasing. Part of fortune increase. We started the live off like this. Part of fortune increase. It's increasing. This is a part of the evolution we talked about yesterday. You're getting more power. We got the provoker. They just said no man or woman on this planet can stop the plan for this planet. And we've got the provoker out here. And then we've got the world. No man or woman on this planet can stop the plan for this planet. We got a provoker that's going through an ending, but also watching the world change before their very eyes, knowing that it all leads back to you. Give me one more on this provoker. What else do we need to know about this provoker? Groups, organizations, networks, and societies, cults, covens, units. I heard they believe it is the end. First house, the body. They believe it is the end. So somebody is passing away here. Their body is going to be fed to the earth. They believe it is the end. Give me one more. I said give me one on this provoker. Give me one more on this provoker. We got individuals passing away. I heard they shouldn't have touched you. Touch not my anointed, do no harm to my prophet. You truly are a prophet. We got the mind. They should have minded their business. This is also about what you know. Ancient wisdom being gifted to you. Individuals that kept trying to pry into what you know and how you can do what you do. It's also giving Anubis energy. We got Thoth and Anubis out here, so you could have Egyptian past lives. Definitely Egyptian ancestors. He has risen, is what I just heard, and I heard they have risen. Working on your behalf. Moving through your enemies. I heard moving through your enemies like a dark shadow. They never saw it coming, but they can't escape it. Change. They never saw it coming, but they can't escape it. Change. They can't escape change. They can't escape the transformation that they must endure with what they have brought upon themselves and the stripping of energy that has been relocated back to its origin. So you got these organizations, networks, and societies here shaken. Because they can't escape this. They can't escape you. What you came here to do. The minds that you have changed and the souls that you have awakened and the energy that has been stripped from them and recalled to the origin, the original light worker, where it was meant to be. They can't escape this change. Jupiter benefits, where it's supposed to be, benefits and blessings. It's the end of these individuals benefiting and getting blessings off of these energies, off of the divine, off of the righteous. All of it has been stripped from them. What has been missing from the divine revolutionary light leaders? You're about to receive a message that you are receiving, that it's been received, that you are getting this back. They've received a message of concern, though, that you are the reason why they are being stripped of these benefits and these blessings. That it's ending Pluto energy, Scorpionic energy, the tower and death. You're the reason why individuals are passing. I won't say you're the reason why, but in a sense, yeah, you're the reason why individuals are passing away. Why they're being stripped so quickly that their body cannot recover. They had been living off of other individuals' the benefits of others, blessings, and essence. Some of these individuals even attempted to bypass death through others' energy. Some of these individuals sacrificed others in order to elongate their life, and now it's catching up. So the reason some of these individuals are passing away is because they weren't meant to be here. They thought they found a way to bypass karma. They thought they found a way to trick death. And death doesn't like. The angel of death does not like individuals trying to be tricky. It's also giving final destination. Death will find each and every one of us. And when it's our time to go, we're supposed to go. These individuals thought they had found a way to bypass death continually. They have not. Which means if this is an individual whose life was cut short, like let's say Nipsey Hussle or XXXTentacion, the life force and the essence from a sacrifice that was done is being stripped from these corrupted individuals that had initiated this sacrifice and and it's being given to the descendants. It's being given to, if not descendants, those in the ascended souls unit, familial unit, that will be able to use this energy to this benefit to be productive. So this is being given to other light workers in the lineage of those that had been sacrificed. These benefits and these blessings are being returned, if not to the origin, if the origin vessel is not here, to those that were closely intertwined with the origin vessel that will be the most productive to the planet. So individuals that thought they got away with sacrifice did not. feel like their punishment is going to be even worse with the fact that there was a premature ending to those that had a purpose here, like Nipsey Hussle and XXXTentacion. So if this is something having to do with the music industry, they're about to go through a lot of upheavals. They're about to go through a lot of hell. Same with the entertainment industry. I heard the Pentagon as well. Ooh, this is giving Sergeant energy. This is moving quick. 7th house partners. Everybody that partnered with these individuals to make a deal of desire, and then wage war on the lights that were here to break certain cycles. That activated with Cancer, I feel, that activated others and evoked a lot of emotions. Because I know I'm not the only one that felt like a part of me died a little bit when XXXTentacion, his physical vessel, was taken out. I felt such an impact. It was like I was mourning a best friend, a brother. I won't even say a best friend, a brother. When I heard the news that XXXTentacion had been taken out, it was one of the catalysts to my awakening, and I had laid in bed for days bawling. It felt like I had lost a brother. And I realize now, with how the Divine explained this to me, he is also a grid activator. When his physical vessel was taken, the grid activated. Everything that he had done, all of the information he had left behind, all of those that were intertwined as his soul family were activated. We woke up. We felt that in our soul, that was our family. And there's a reason why all of a sudden it went from many individuals listening to what he had to say to millions of individuals all of a sudden tuning in, all of a sudden feeling the impact of his physical vessel being taken and wanting to find out more information about what he was talking about, what he was singing about, the frequencies in his music. They may have been able to take the vessel, but it only put this energy in a position to be more impactful on the other side as a grid activator. And again, in the same way that we felt impacted, we went through a form of awakening with the release of these beautiful individual spirits, is the same way that others are reacting to us while we are physically here. So with Cancer, I feel you're already, with how your energy's gone global, you're already putting individuals in a position to not only think, but feel. To dive deeper into themselves, to further awaken. You are not only an activator, but an awakener, a global awakener. And those that thought they had got away with what they had done, with the deal they had made, are sorely mistaken. Any individual that thought that they had capitalized off of the deaths of those they had sacrificed, the expiration of the physical vessel that they had intended for their ritualistic practices, are receiving the backlash of their actions a millionfold. Everything they felt like they had built off of these practices, off of these rituals, will fall. It will fall. It has been falling, but what I heard is it will fall throughout the rest of this year into next. It will not stop. It will continue to fall. And there is nothing they can do to save the empires they've built off of blood, soul, and bone. Escape. Destiny. This is you being this grid activator, and you are helping others escape into destiny. You are putting others in a position to reclaim their destiny. Their destiny has escaped. This is mass soul awakening, where others cannot capitalize off of the destinies they thought they had stolen through sacrifice, and the destinies they thought they had kept others from stepping into. This is the justice being given to the souls on the other side, and the justice being given to those who are ready for it, who are ready to step into their purpose, who have reclaimed their power because they're no longer under the illusion of the simulation or those that were meant to be supposed leaders that you were supposed to trust. Those that were here saying, I'll be able to change your life. You can trust me. You can look up to me. I'm an idol. I'm a celebrity. I'm a politician. I'm your president, whatever the fuck it is that they wanted to relay as a title in order to gain trust. It has fractured and it has dismantled and it has been destroyed. No longer are we looking at titles and giving respect to the titles that individuals have been given with the corrupted, immoral means that the corrupted, immoral, what I will say is the corrupted, immoral actions they had taken to obtain those titles in the first place. We are no longer looking towards those with a certain title and giving and following based on what the title is. We are looking at spirits. Look at this return. Saturn return. It's going down right now. Return wanted to fall on escape. The more souls that escape the matrix, that escape the simulation, the more these individuals are being hit with a return. Again, it doesn't matter their title or their status, they're being hit with a return. It's time. With age here, Saturn return age, it is time. And we do have Saturn retrograde right now. So these hits are coming in, they're coming in hard. This is so amazing. You being this grid activator, encompassing the Christ archetype, was literally God going, gotcha, checkmate. They thought they had done everything to silence the movement. Because y'all know with Nipsey Hussle, he was working with Dr. Sebi to relay certain information that would help the physical vessel heal from certain ailments, as well as what energy work could be done in order to elevate beyond certain ailments. We've actually talked about this with Joe Dispenza, which is the timeline that Joe Dispenza shifted into, where the previous timeline he was paralyzed. He was supposed to be paralyzed. He was never supposed to use his legs again. And he continually affirmed within his mind, I'm going to walk out of here by Christmas. I'm going to walk out of here by Christmas. And he ended up timeline shifting. He ended up shifting into a timeline to where his body repaired itself, where his body was healed. I won't say repaired itself, but he moved into a timeline where his body was healed and he was able to walk again. When in the original timeline, he was not supposed to. He was supposed to remain paralyzed, which other individuals have been able to do this. If you guys watch The Secret, there is, which I highly recommend tuning into The Secret. You can read it or you can watch it. There's an individual in there that talked about how she had stage 4 cancer. And she continually affirmed, I am healthy, I am healed. I am healthy, I am healed. She jumped timelines. She moved timelines to where her body was already healthy, leaving behind the timeline she had cancer. And when she went to the doctors, the doctors could not find cancer cells in her body. She was healed. She was healthy. Many of us have been able to do this with the timelines we've been jumping into and pulling into humanity, going, the world is at peace. The world is healed. Mama Gaia is healed. The world is a beautiful place to live in. We've been moving in these timelines, visualizing them, seeing the world change in the way that we have. And we have been, as the global energy we've been globally pulling in these energies, globally pulling in these multidimensional high vibrational frequencies, continually opening up high vibrational portals to let in high frequency beings, more divinity. So some of you may want to look into, where is it? This is a book by Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. I've talked about this book for years. I have reread it for years. You may want to read it yourself, as well as, sorry, I have a lot of books down here. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. It's a little dirty. I've had this for a long time. 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, as well as The Secret. I have many books down here. I look into a lot. I want to also obtain the Master Key. That's a book that XXXTentacion talked about highly. I didn't get through the entirety of it, but I would also recommend the Master Key. These are things that talk about energy, things that talk about the vibration, things that talk about how you as a timeline integrator and recoder and reprogrammer, what you can pull in. and how you maintain that energy and how it starts to affect your environment and those around you and how far that can reach. And a lot of us have gone global with the abilities we have now gained access to, with the power that we have acquired from the divine because we can be trusted with it. And this is what is assisting mass soul energy with being released, with being restored, with being redirected to its origin. So I do highly recommend like diving more into your energetic output, the understanding of your energetic output, and you as a master alchemist, what you would be capable of turning this energy, this alchemized energy into. But like I said, because I almost got sidetracked, but with the way that Nipsey was relaying information and working with Dr. Sebi, and the same way that XXXTentacion was communicating about the master key and the 7 spiritual laws of success and karma, and attempting to convey messages from the divine to those that would listen to help awaken them, they were silenced. They were continually assisting in the ascension, which was causing these organizations, networks, and societies to go through upheavals because of how many individuals were awakening because of these individuals. Along with Mac Miller, if you listen to the song Guidelines, for the most part, that song has been taken off of YouTube. I believe there's a few uploads, but I can understand why they attempted to take that song off YouTube. Guidelines, where he talks about how he is an infinite being. And how, yes, individuals are after him, but he knows his energy. There's also something that I have posted where he's talking about, I say fuck it and keep it moving. You can't stop the revolution. It's one of the things that I posted on my Instagram where it's a snippet of a freestyle where he goes, I say fuck it and keep it moving. You can't stop the revolution. And he talks about looking with your third eye and what he gained pertaining to the downloads he received with why he was here. You can also listen to his song Avian, which is one of his starseed bloodlines as an avian, where he is like this bird figure. It's one of his past lives. You can tell he's an older man. The song is Avian by Mac Miller. You can tell he's an older man and he's like a bird. He's on a planet with other avian celestial starseed energies where they're bird-like. And he is moving throughout this life, and there's a sense of freedom in it. There's a sense of understanding that comes from him and that music video where he realizes, like, I've been here before and I've been many things. And he's attempting to convey to others that starseeds exist and that he had experienced this lifetime that was incorporated within the lifetime he was in at that moment before his vessel was taken from his previous lifetimes. You get a lot of, listen with your spiritual ears, you get a lot of information from these artists that had been taken with what they were speaking on and how they were attempting to wake others up. And those that had attempted to silence these individuals because of these underworldly oracles' guidance on who would be leading the revolution, they never anticipated it being you. They never anticipated that these energies on the other side would not only be more impactful on the other side, but they would choose you. They would choose to guide you. They would choose to wake you up. They would choose to illuminate what you needed to see to finish what they were unable to. These underworldly oracles never bet that something like you would come into play and not only bring justice to these souls on the other side, but justice to those that were meant to be enslaved upon this realm, that were meant to be energetically harvested from in order to maintain corrupted programs and positions within the simulation. They never thought that you would be the glitch in the matrix to bring it all down. They never thought that you would be the crack in the wall of Babylon to break down everything. That you would be the one. And here you are. We got, bruh, sacrifice, but it's been returned. What was intended for you has been returned. With Capricorn, I use sacrifice in the reverse. These are also sacrifices going in the reverse. What did I just say? You're giving these souls on the other side justice. Sacrifice in the reverse. Sacrifice with Capricorn, because Capricorn is the devil in the tarot deck, in the reverse. The entities used for these sacrifices have been reversed. What's behind that? 8th house, endings and beginnings in the reverse. They're not getting a new beginning. And they have to face this ending. It's also what worked on others did not work on you. And they were hoping it would. You know too much, you say too much. And you're too, again, impactful. You keep waking others up. We got Jupiter abundance. Aquarius, I know. So some of you like these artists, XXXTentacion, Nipsey Hussle, how they had reached a certain position of recognition in this lifetime and then started relaying as much information as they could. It seems like you've already been relaying this information. You've already been awakened to the point where you've been able to encompass not only this Christ archetype, but also the fame frequency. You never asked for fame, but it's being given to you because of how much more of an impact you're going to be making with the position that's being given. So some of you are about to be known. With Aquarius, this is the star. I know. Some of you are about to be known. And this comes with quite a bit of abundance. Some of you, with the abundance you receive, you're going to be put in a position to where a lot of individuals want to know your story. And you're going, it's like going from underdog to top dog, going from rags to riches. You're going to be talking about how you came into the position or how you came into the amount of monetary means that you are receiving. In the same way you're known in the spirit, you're going to be known here. But again, it's not because you want it. It's because you are a grid activator. And the same way that you have gone global energetically, you are meant to go global physically. You will be known. You will be talking about it too. Air element communication. You're going to be talking to a lot of people. You're going to be activating and inspiring a lot of people. We got South Node, life's debts and sacrifice. And Aries, or those that waged war on you, could be an Aries and a Pisces. I believe with I am. Those that had done these sacrifices, not just on you, but on others, tried to push their karma onto them. They're receiving back their karma. In the way that they waged war for others to believe in them, for others to look up to them, all of that crumbles now. These individuals that thought they had gotten away with what they had done, thought they bypassed karma and consequences, are getting hit with it while you're rising. They're falling while you're rising. I got Sun Spirit here. Exposure. This is public exposure, public humiliation while you're being seen, while you're being recognized as the influential inspiration that you are, the impactful, influential inspiration that you are. These false gods, these false idols are falling. And you're about to see it. Everybody's about to see you rise while they're about to see these individuals fall. And I'm sorry, and the God's doing faith. This is the divine. This is how this must be balanced. The restoration of the righteous, while it's the fall of the wicked and the forsaken. And the time is now. The rise of the righteous and the fall of the forsaken. Scorpio, I transform. These are the changes they can't escape. And these are the changes you've been prepared for. Scorpionic energy, this is death in the tower. Tower symbolizing divine intervention. Things coming into play that cannot be stopped. With death, it's endings. We've got Anubis here. So there's the resurrection pertaining to this restoration with what you are due to receive and how you're going to be making massive world changes with it. Is there anything else we need to know? This live was kind of deep. We got I think. I think what? I analyze. I see. I think, I analyze, I see. Clarification on this. I heard you thought about this for a long time. You've analyzed your journey enough. And now you get to see all of the work that you've done come into fruition physically. So they're letting me know like this took a lot of time. It took a lot of reflection. It took a lot of work. You analyzed what was necessary for you to analyze pertaining to your shadows and the work that needed to be done. And you're about to see your hard work pay off. With the new timelines that have been stabilized and what you're about to own. What you're about to have physically. Stability. The timelines that have been stabilized. What you're about to have monetarily as well as physically. and what you're about to be working on with creativity. This is soul's expression. Sacral chakra energy, what you're about to be working on. Taurus, I have. What you're about to have and what you're about to be working on. This is also, you're going to see others getting bulldozed. You're an unstoppable force is what I heard. Water element sensing. What are we sensing? Leo, I will. Sensing the will of the divine. This is like the will of God. You can feel it in your bones, the will of God. So this is letting me know what you're about to have and what you're going to be guided to work on is not only your life purpose, but it's the will of the divine for the planet. What is coming into play is prophecy. It is the will of the divine. And it's got to do with what you're supposed to be working on. Where you're going to be putting, or where you're going to be, or what you're going to be investing your monetary means into, pertaining to your soul's creative endeavors. So this could be like a business, music, content creation. There are about to be some supernatural provisions that come through that you're going to be guided to invest into things that are going to further elevate you. Like elevate your influence here. Yeah, this very well could be collabs. It's going to be different for each and every one of you, because some of you, this could be investing in a sanctuary, a home, where you're going to be able to work from home. Some of you, this is like investing in your health, going to a doctor, healthier foods, going to the gym. And that's going to elevate your presence here because it's going to elevate your vibration. It's going to be different for each and every individual. Some of you are going to be put in a position where it's right place, right time, and you bump into a person you're going to be collabing and networking with. And it's going to be like you invite this person out to dinner, you have a conversation, and you realize, I was meant to meet this person. I was meant to meet you, and I'm so glad that I invested in going to dinner with you and offering to buy dinner for you, only to realize you're literally who I was supposed to meet. Some of you, this is going to be a leap of faith that you're guided to take pertaining to something that you're put here to do that you've been hesitating on. So, it's going to be different for each and every one of you. I'm going to pull, give me 3 from this deck. I'm going to pull 3. No, not this one. The Ancestors. Okay. The Ancestors. All right. Give me 3 from this deck. That one wanted to come out. The perfection of your life and the perfection of this planet. Your life is about to change. But it's the work that you put in. The word that wants to be written. And she feels she knows. This is what has been written. You feel it. You know that not only have you put in the work as a golden grid activator to assist in the perfection of this planet, but it's also about your experience here and how your life is about to change. You feel this. You know that the way that you're living now is not the way that you're about to be living. You know that what the divine has written over your life is coming into play now. So not only the prophecy of this planet, but the prophecy of your life, the prophecy of like, if you are meant to be recognized, if you're meant to have some type of fame in this world, it's coming into play now, whether you wanted to or not. You were prepared for this prophecy over your life. And if a karmic familiar unit was attacking you, trying to sacrifice you for fame and fortune, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but they knew within your Akashic records this was going to inevitably unfold if they were unable to sacrifice you. And guess what? They were unable to sacrifice you, and now this is playing out. Whatever this is, because the divine has told you this was going to unfold. This was a part of the prophecy here. You as a divine revolutionary light leader, anointed one and prophet or prophetess, that this is how your life was going to go. And it's unfolding now. You saw it. Again, with the word that wants to be written, her third eye is lit up. And there's butterflies here symbolizing change. And you see the frequency she's emanating? You're going to make a big butterfly here on the throat chakra. Big ass butterfly on the, you're going to make massive change with who you talk to, who you speak to. And the energy you emanate. You're being given some type of platform, some type of position to speak to others. And if it's not you speaking, whatever it is you're working on is going to speak to others. They're going to feel it in their being. Doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you were put here to do, you're being given supernatural provisions to have a broader outreach, a more expansive outreach in the physical, in the way that you do energetically. And I said, give me 3. So this is what they're giving. She feels she knows. Or he feels he knows. You know this is playing out. You can feel it in your being. And it's time. We got card 42, card 22, and card 30. So this is 10, because 4, 2 is 6, and then 2, 2 is 4. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 3, which is 4. Amplified by the 0 because 30. 4. This is stability. It has stabilized. It is now. Stability, this is something you can hold on to. This situations need to be laid to rest for this to come into fruition, and these closeout of cycles have happened for this change in your life to occur. The time is now. And I'm going to leave it right there, you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. I honor you. And I will see you again Monday. If not over on TikTok, because I will be over on TikTok in like 30 minutes. So give me like 30 minutes. If I won't see you over on TikTok, then I will see you again Monday. So until then, remain peaceful, unconditionally loving, stand united, and remain respectful unless disrespected. Then, check with the Most High and check your motherfucking self before you check a motherfucker with grace. And like Jase would say, XXX Tentacion, ay. If anybody tells you to lay down, run them the fuck over. But not with your car, vroom vroom, with your energy. Because we have nothing to prove. Our energy obviously does it for us. And last but most definitely not least, drink your motherfucking water. It is a conduit of energy, and it will assist you at this time if you're experiencing ascension symptoms or an evolution. As well as remain grounded, stay balanced, and remember the powerful galactic golden chosen child of God and grid activator, Christ archetype energy that you are. You're an infinite, limitless being, making massive changes as we speak just by existing and speaking your truth. You're incredible. God bet everything on you, and that bet is coming back full fold with interest because of how much was invested in you. You paying that shit back with interest with your actions. And the divine is so very proud of you. I love you. And until the next time I see you, bye.